Hi everybody, welcome to Khong Driving, and today is a very special day. We are in our favorite Toyota dealership in Aman Suria, UnitedStar Corporation. So thanks to them, we get to see the new Yaris. Okay, the launch will be today, tonight, but our video will come out slightly after the launch. And here we are. This is the new Yaris, and this is the old Yaris. It's been hardly a year since the Yaris was first launched in Malaysia, and they already have the facelift. And this is in response to what is current in the market. So there are quite a few changes, although visually they look very similar. Now, if you look at the two shapes, they are actually built on the same platform, but this is what they call a minor facelift, or rather a minor change. And you can see the differences on the external side. The grille is different. So if you look at this grille now on the new Yaris, it goes down like that. Yeah? In Chinese they say the pak, in the Chinese character, which is north, and it goes down, so the stance is different from here. The older one has the grille going this way. So this one looks more macho, whereas this one looks more elegant. And also, there is a difference here in the emblem here. This is a normal emblem, just piece of plastic, okay? But this one is a bit different because this one houses the radar. Yeah? So this houses the Toyota safety sense items, and this houses the sensors in the front that tells you what's happening. Okay. So other than that, the bottom lip here is now they have this body color and this black edge. So it doesn't matter what color you have, this will be the body color and this will be black. Compared to the old one where they have little red inserts and all that, well, that's a bit different now. Same with the side skirts. So that's the front, but on top of that, they also have these lights which are same shape, but if you look carefully, you'll find here, these are halogen, these are LED, and the fog light is also LED. So those are the important changes in the front of the car, and that makes a lot of difference because in terms of visibility at night it's so much better, and also because of the additional safety items that you have with the new Yaris. This is the front of the new Yaris 2021, and this is the front of the old one, and you can see there are very slight differences. The most prominent one being the shape of the front grille, the black part. Yeah, this one is a little bit more like a Lexus because it has it's reminiscent of the what you call the spindle grille that is so Lexus. Yeah, and of course Lexus and Toyota are very closely related. Now, there are also slight changes in the grille, especially in the shape. Yeah, so you can see what is the difference. Now, just to recap, there are three variants of the new Yaris, and we're now going to concentrate more on the new Yaris now. The three variants are at 87,000, that is for the G grade. Now, these prices are with SST, yeah? And up to December 31st, it is still a bit cheaper at 84,808 versus 87,000. Now, the current price is 83,888 for the G, and versus the new G is only 1,000 ringgit difference, but based on SST it will be a bit more. Okay, further down the road they have the E and the J grade. The E is selling at 82,500 and the J is at 73,000 ringgit. But this is also with SST for next year, yeah. but the difference is actually very little between the two versions. Okay, for the E is about 4,000 ringgit difference, and for the J is actually just a few ringgit difference based on non-SST prices. But of course, we don't know if the price concession will be extended to next year. But we don't know yet. But anyway, here we go. Looking at it from the side, you can see that the lights are LED. So this is a closer look at the lights. They're LED, and so therefore they'll be brighter. Now the wheels are 16-inch for the two grades, the G and E, and these rims are same as the previous G version. And of course you get McPherson struts and ventilated disc in the front. Then along the side skirts will follow the body color, and at the back you get disc brakes. I think they are for the two top grades. You get disc brakes and of course torsion beams at the back. And then we move to the rear end of the vehicle. So there's not much change in the rear end except for slight changes to the rear bumper. Very minimal, just color changes at the bottom here where the reflectors are. The lining for that little piece of thing there is now gray and black, whereas the old one had red. So let's look at the old one. The old one looked a bit like this, and along the sides they have red. But on the new one, you can see here the body color is used, and there's still a bit of black accent, and at the back is just black and gray. So, well, the people here have different trains of thought. Something is nicer, something is not as nice, but I think it's nicer because it's kind of like neater. Okay, so those are the exterior stuff, but now this one comes with blind spot monitor. Now we're going to take a look at the inside of the car. Here we are, and this is the interior. And interior, there are quite a few things to be looked at. Yeah, now the headset has got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and also the seats have a new material. Steering wheel switches they have now upgraded it to the G spec one, I think. And the car also comes with panoramic view monitor. Now in the instrument side, the meters are now Optitron, and they follow the previous, what you call, G version. So I think it's across the board for all three. And this screen is slightly bigger, 7.0 inch versus the 6.8 inch. And then there is also the panoramic rear view monitor that gives you a 360 degree of the surroundings. We don't have the switch to turn it on. Okay, that's the start, and that's the new Optitron meter. Looks pretty good. And so you have, I'm going to turn off the radio. Okay, so you have the very nice Optitron meter with the speedometer here, and ref counter over here, and then the MID display. We have to close the door, and so that is the MID display. So here you see the lane departure warning, and this car also has AEB, which means you get a pre-collision system which warns you are near another car, and if you don't brake, it will brake for you. Okay, and then over here you have the 7-inch screen, and this one now has got extra, the panoramic rear view mirror. Now if you put into reverse, okay, it now comes with 3D image. It's a camera versus previously it was an image which is 2D. So this is 3D, and you can actually see the things as they appear. So this is the advanced advancements they have. And you have electronic controls for your aircon, so you have your speed and temperature. So this is what you call a single zone aircon. I'm going to turn off the engine because we are inside the showroom. Okay, so elsewhere you see that's my portable light, and the dashboard is plastic. They've taken away, oh yes, they still have the stitching. And I'm going to turn on the light. So we have a portable light and there you are. That's the dashboard, and it's just plain black plastic. Now the seat material is slightly different with a bit of stitching, so it looks pretty nice. Inside the car, we're going to show you inside this center console. On the right hand side, that is the what you call a wireless phone charger for you to charge your phone. And down there you have your mechanical handbrake, which is good, so we can do handbrake turns. And also you have a 12 volt 120 watt power socket. And this is the gear lever, which is basically the same as previously, and you get a gated gear shift. You have your P, R, N and D, and this is a CVT with a 7-speed. Okay, that's the steering area, and nope, there are no paddle shifters, but well, this is a basic B segment car. And of course you get your engine start stop, and down there you can see your traction control switch off. They have eco and sport mode up here on this part. And of course this is your AEB, yeah, and that is your lane keep alert. Okay, lane departure alert. That's your traction control, that's your parking system. And of course it also has blind spot monitoring. That's your start stop button. And down there you have pedals, for only 2 of them, for your brake and accelerator. And over at the seat level you have height, rake, fore and aft adjustment. And that's the picture, that's what the seats look like. Okay, let's go to the back. Okay, that's the rear end of the, or rather the passenger compartment for the rear. And this is basically dimensions remain the same as the previous one, so there's no change. So it's exactly the same as the old Yaris except for the material. Okay, here's an interesting part of the car. They have this Yaris nameplate in the running board. Yeah, and here is something I want to show you about new car designs. If you look at this B pillar, you'll find that it's very thick at the bottom. Now Volvo were the first to start this many years ago, and this is actually a reinforcement that gives the body a lot more strength and rigidity, and also against side collision. So you can rest assured that the new Yaris is also a very safe vehicle. Looking at the Yaris engine compartment, you can see here this is it's a Toyota engine, 1.5 liter. You can see, yes, it's double overhead cam, and the intake is on the inside while the exhaust is on the outside. So this 1.5 liter, and you can see that there's actually quite a lot of space in the engine compartment. So this can easily take a 2 liter or 1.8 engine, but of course 1.5 is the way to go. And you can see here the new manufacturing methods where they actually have cut parts of the body away to save weight. And that's a visual of the strut mounting, and you can see it's quite strong and also anchored to the A pillar through this bar here, and you can see that it is of a very strong construction. And there's the other side, and of course the engine is on the driver's side. The gearbox, battery is on this side, and this is the intake. Yeah, and where is the intake hole? Okay, even though it goes down, this is the intake hole, so this is a good 2 feet above ground. So therefore, if you are in a flash flood, you can cover up to maybe up to here, 3/4 of the tire, and you'll still be okay. Maybe your feet will get wet, but your engine should be okay because your intake is here. So anyway, when going through flood, be careful. You have to be mindful that there can be differences in depth. And so here the exhaust is in the front, and it goes underneath the engine. It's a drive-by-wire arrangement, and of course the engine is an all aluminum engine. Yeah, it's all aluminum, and there you are. That's the engine compartment. Okay guys, so that's the new Yaris versus the old Yaris. And of course this, if you look at the two cars, one is white, the other one is also white, but the old one has a metallic white, whereas the new one is actually pearl white. If you look very, very closely, you'll find that there are little flakes of pearl. Yeah, the pearl white, so which costs a bit more, and you have to pay 400 ringgit more for this paint. All right, so anyway, thanks very much for being with us and watching our new Yaris video. And if you like the video, please share. And of course, if you want to buy a car, come to UnitedStar Corporation in Aman Suria, very near my house. So if you want to come, give me a call. I'll buy you a cup of tea. All right then, thank you very much for being with us, and till we meet again, bye bye.